How are you recording on the cloud?
Yeah, on the cloud.
Okay, great. So last week we talked about financial planning, holistic financial planning, right? Most of times we think financial planning, mainly focused on the financial part of it. However, we mentioned the Lee Brower Quadrant. Financial planning, really, if you want to look at it, it's four aspects. So we have actually four assets that's important. Um, Financial assets is one of them. And we have other three. One is called a core asset. So the core asset is like your well-being, your values, your health, your vitality, your unique ability, your skills. These are your core asset. That's very, very important, more important than your financial assets. And then you have the experience assets, your education, your work experience, your travel, all of these enrich you, right? And then you have the contribution assets. You want to have a sense of meaning, contribution in the society. You want to feel your life has a purpose. So that's all these three are as important as the financial assets. Of course, financial assets is very important. However, if you just focus on one financial assets, now your life is not balanced, and a lot of times your life financial assets will also dry out. However, if you continue to grow all these four assets, your assets are continuing enriching, supporting each other. Okay, and so one of the areas we are committed to is you have a win in all four assets, and that assets including your family assets. And a lot of time, we care about our youth, our children, and our children. For example, I have a daughter and I love her dearly. I have a son, I want to give him the best opportunity. So their education, their skills, their peace of mind, their uh, health, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and their confidence, their skills, their entrepreneurship, their leadership, they're so important. And I am so fortunate to meet a great friend, Mei Jing. I call her Mei Jingji. And Mei Jingji is we met at ACOM's meditation. That's how we get connected. And in the native Indian tradition, they call each other Ji. It's like a revering you as the God, So we call each other dearly Mei Jingji. So thank you, Mei Jingji, for coming today. So Mei Jingji had this amazing vision. Like she went to India and to meditate for like 6 months. And then she came back and she's so clear. She wants to help the youth. And that's her life purpose. And she's committed to create something called a Youth Leadership Festival. And then she became like so passionate about, she's just working all day and sharing with everybody. And I'm so inspired by her. So today we really want to ask her to share, how she came to this vision, how she grew to be such a strong leader in the insurmountable, seemingly insurmountable challenges. She keep charging on and creating this event. So let her share with how she became such a powerful leader and how she become so committed to her mission, and then share with us about the youth festival and how we can participate. Mei Jing, go ahead.
Thank you, Jing Hangji. Nice to have everybody here. So yeah, Jing Hangji and I met in through ACOM, through the community of ACOM, where I lived for 6 months in India. And yes, as Jing Hang was saying, leadership is extremely important, especially for youth, just because they are our future, and how we're leading the world, it really amplifies how the world around us is starting to develop. So I got very inspired to start working with youth, because I realized not only are we at the highest rates of depression, highest rates of disconnection, youth are very distracted, they're lost, they don't have a lot of clarity. And this is not in a generalization format, because there are youth that are actually leaders, which is right now I'm at a university leading youth through a workshop. So there's youth out there that are seeking and wanting to create change and are really leaders. So not all youth are lost and depressed and this and that, but most are. And we really want to just create that space for them to say, I am supported and I can be a leader if I have the right mentorship and the right platform. So with that, I created this organization called RQ Global, which stands for Real Quest. And the idea behind it is to really create that ecosystem, that space for young leaders to come in and really blossom their initiatives, whether they're artists or entrepreneurs or even just their careers, if they want to be doctors, whatever it may be, really just so they can develop that skill that they want to bring to the world in a more compassionate, conscious way. So to me, leadership, I've been in the corporate world for a very long time. I'm actually 34 years old, even though I look a lot younger. So I was in the corporate world for 8 years, and I went up the ladder very quickly, made a lot of money. I was making six figures very young. And through that process, I realized that I wasn't getting fulfilled. The more money I made, the less happy I felt, and the harder I felt I had to work. So then I started really saying, well, maybe it's not the money, maybe it's the travel. Maybe I need to travel. So I started traveling the world, over 50 countries, almost restlessly, really looking for this fulfillment, looking for this happiness that I couldn't feel inside myself. And until I got burned out, I said, why am I still not happy? What is going on? So that's when I ran into that academy in India, where I really dove into my mind, into the understanding of myself. So I've been a leader for a very long time. As I mentioned, I've been in the corporate world for a very long time, and I led teams. I led sales teams to sell all types of equipment, right? So leadership has always been in my blood. I've been to leadership seminars. I read a lot of leadership books. But one thing that a lot of leadership books and leadership seminars don't really emphasize is the leading oneself. They teach you how to lead others, but they really don't dive really deeply into really understanding yourself, because understanding yourself really helps you start understanding others in the world around you. And through that, you can really take that action, which is what we're really focused on, to help the youth take action through what they're learning in these leadership festivals and events and workshops that we host. So I'm super inspired, as Jinghang Ji was saying. It's my life mission. I live and breathe it. So I wake up and all I'm thinking about is, okay, how are we going to contact more youth? Who are we going to hit up? Universities, high schools, parents, like where do we go? Because we really are on this mission to impact as many youth. And the challenge that we've seen is that a lot of young minds, they know they're unclear, kind of like how I was. They know they're unclear. They are unhappy. They know there's something going on with them, but they don't know what it is. They don't know where to go. So they just wait for the answer and hope that somebody comes in and helps them. And they don't have that path. So we want to be that path for them. And the festival that we built through the organization, which is called the Youth Leadership Festival, is a very beautiful event, because it gives that space, in-person space, for youth around the world to come in and really blossom through nature. So every event that we build out is in nature, because it's so important to nurture our beings in nature. It heals. It naturally heals us unconsciously just by sitting in nature. So nature's a huge aspect of what we do. So also when we're helping them with their initiatives, it's conscious initiatives, right? So that means being conscious or being aware of the environment, being aware of others, and being aware of yourself when you're building out businesses. And it's not only about how do we make money and how are we gonna make the most, and it's really nurturing both sides, because we are living in this world where we need money, but we also need to nurture our beings. So really finding that balance between both, and guiding the young minds to find that balance. So in this youth leadership festival that we have in July in Portland, we are bringing in AI, people that are experts in AI marketing, which is the CMO of Mind Valley. We have Jeff Booth, which is a best-selling author in cryptocurrency and in the future of currency, which is Bitcoin. And he really dives into like, how can you also create these initiatives in a new paradigm, not the old that's broken, that is printing money, keeps printing money, and really we have no control over it. It's completely centralized. So we're really helping youth not only through their being, because it's 5 days, 6 nights. So through those 5 days, we're helping them understand themselves, but then also at the end, they start really understanding, how am I going to put it out in the world? So that's why we bring those speakers, because we really want them to have that mentorship, the marketing mentorship, the AI mentorship, the future of currency mentorship, the entrepreneurship, the leadership. And Jinghang Ji will be there to guide them through these assets, because like we're saying, finances and understanding your money and where it's getting allocated, and how can I really save my in taxes, and what is actually an asset, because there's so many words and assets. And I love Jinghang Ji's definition of the 4 buckets of assets, because I've never actually heard it, and I've been in the finance industry also for a very long time. I'm a real estate investor, I'm a crypto investor, a Bitcoin, what's it called, a stock investor. So I've always been into finances. I love investments and stuff like that. But Jinghang Ji's definition of finance, of assets, is super interesting. So I'm super excited to invite him over to come talk to the youth and really broaden their perspective on what is assets. And it's not only finances. Finance is extremely important, but what else is there? So Jinghang Ji's definition, I don't know, for whoever missed it, I don't know if you want to go into it a little bit more, Jinghang Ji, because it's really beautiful. And you will be guiding the youth to really understand and expand their mind through that. And I'll finish off a little bit more after that.
Yeah, this is awesome. For those who came a little bit later, I was talking about financial planning, and most of times we focus on the finance part, the financial asset part, and the reality is 97% of the assets that are passed on by the founder, entrepreneur, parents will be all gone by the third generation. And that is because we're missing the other 3 very important assets, which are the core assets, which are like your well-being, your values, your mindset, your skills, your talent, your unique ability, and your experience asset, which are your education, your travel, your whatever work experience, entrepreneurial experience, and then the contribution assets. We all, at the end, when money is not an issue, we all want to find fulfillment and meaning and contribution. And so we have the contribution assets. Along with that also comes enormous tax advantage as well. And then, in the planning, we have these assets, and we have a family bank account, bank like a venture capital. And then the family members, everybody, we will apply for that fund for start a business or start a project, anything, right? And we will evaluate, the family will evaluate, does that increase all 4 assets? Does this project increase all 4 assets? It has to meet the requirement that increase all 4 assets, your core assets, your education, your experience assets, your contribution assets, and your financial assets. And then it's a good project. We focus on that. So we were now, I've been supporting events like the youth events, the O'Neill's Bison events, all of these, and I bring my children, and because I want them to show, these are important, these are life, these are important. So that's why we partner and invite people like Mei Jing Ji. Yeah.
Yeah, and through that, they start really understanding what is contribution, because I've always been in the corporate world, so I never really understood like giving back or selfless action. It was very weird to me. And I always thought that people that ran nonprofits were like poor, or like they didn't have money. Like, why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. And here I am building out a nonprofit to save humanity, right? Like to really help change the way humanity it builds. So the reason I mentioned it is because it's part of one of the buckets of assets of just giving back and the contribution of it, but also being able to create the financial stability with it. So that's definitely the idea in the mission. And like Jinghang Ji was saying, it's not easy. We've had a lot of challenges. We've had a lot of challenges with mostly finding the youth that are like super interested in all this stuff. Thankfully, we've magnetized a lot of nonprofits that have youth leaders that really want to get involved. And we have young leaders that are coming in from Colombia, from Mexico, from Guatemala, from Canada, from around the United States. So we are magnetizing humans from different areas to come into one place, which is really, really inspiring, because that's the idea. We want people to really come together and feel as one. And I'm not Mexican or Asian or whatever it is, we're all one, and really just mixing our values together and creating our own opinions from there, which makes our own open-minded being. And so, yeah, so we have that leadership festival coming up here in the next 3 weeks. So if any of you guys are available, you're more than welcome to come. I will send out the links with Jing Hangji's coupon code, so you guys can come and join us. It'll be in nature, so you can really rejuvenate and disconnect to reconnect, and bring your young kids, or your kids if you have any, or if you have any friends that will be interested. The participant age range is between 18 to 35. We also have participants, yes, we also have participants that are coming in that are 16 and 17, but they're coming in with their parents. So they'll come in with guardians. So you could also bring in your 15, 16, 17-year-olds. But 18 to 35 is most of the youth that are coming in by themselves. They're flying in. 18 to 35 is the age range that's coming in by themselves. But yeah, so we do have youth that are like 16, 17 that are coming with guardians. Also, it's in Portland, Oregon. It's in Portland, Oregon. It's an hour south of Portland in 200 acres of forest. It's a reserve that has camping sites. It's next to a river, so we'll be doing the speeches and in the next to the river and all that. How much? Yeah, so the tents cost $850 for the 6 nights. Jing Hangji has a coupon code for 30%. So it'll be around 650, 600. We also have hammock options if you'd like, which is also really magical, because the idea is to be really immersed in nature. So yeah, we have those options. We also are gonna start, we're gonna do the virtual. We're gonna have virtual live streaming, which is gonna be $50 per day, or it's gonna be $97 for the 5 days virtually. You don't get the workshops where you're like dynamically really experiencing the wisdom. You will get the wisdom, you'll get the speakers, you'll get the workshop with Aaron Bahia, which is gonna really sit us down and help us build out our game plan, our business. He has $8 million businesses, and he's gonna really sit down with us and help us plan out an action plan to how to consciously build out our businesses from the inside out, and not just through the ego mind, but both. So he's really, really, really powerful, and he's gonna be doing that for us. And yeah, so it's gonna be really, really, really beautiful and exciting. I really, really recommend it. If you don't want to use the 30%, we also have another promotion, which is you pay the full price of $850, but you bring a friend. So it's a buy one, get one free. So it really promotes that camaraderie and that community growth, which is really why we're doing it. We don't really make money off of this. It's really for the impact, and to really bring in people that really want to change and create change together. So that's the idea, that the impact that we're building. So we have those two options. Can you use
Okay.
business?
Business, how can you use practice on that platform, or only knowledge? So we have mentors, and we have an ecosystem, right?
Yeah, so are they asking like how is the action plan? How does it look like?
Yeah, I think May, I guess your question is, May, feel free to unmute. Okay, so I think she's basically saying, you know, how if I bring my kids, right, how we can inspire them to start their business, and how we may hold their hands or mentor them, or have a platform, an ecosystem of support that help them.
Absolutely. Yeah. So on the festival itself, we'll start by having them understand their fears, their limitless thinking, what's happening inside them that's really holding them back. So then when they sit down with Aaron Bahia, he's really they're building out the business plan, the game plan to take that action forward. So then on the last day, Royal Mattis will come in and really allow us to what we call unleash the peaceful warrior, which is, okay, how do we come out to the world through this action? And then once the festival is over, we're going to be launching a self-mastery class that comes live every 4 months. And every week we have a community with mentors. So all of these speakers are part of our mentorship bubble. So they're available to us. They're here to serve. They're conscious beings. They're part of the ecosystem. So we, depending on what business you have, it's an ecosystem. So the youth say, okay, I really want to help with the water system in my city, but I really need help. So we'll guide them on what are the action plans and what are the skills required. So that's actually one of the workshops. What are the action plans and what are the skills required? And once they start building that, we can pull from the youth that we have around the world to help them, or we guide them to find those resources. Because at the end of the day, we don't build out a business not because we don't have money or resources. It's because we really are limiting ourselves from attracting that and finding that. So that's the biggest thing, just really opening up their mind to see that.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my question is, you said 18, yeah, 18 years old, they don't really have a business yet. So my question is, if they have the desire and they want to do something, is it something you guys can kind of help them to seek their dream, or you guys prefer to who already have the dream or business, then you just help to guide the existing business?
That's a great question, Mei. So our focus is to really help people find clarity in what they want to do, and through that clarity, take action. So they can already have a business, but maybe they're doing the business not in the right way, so they get better clarity on how to build out the business. So the answer is really both. You could have a business and maybe you're not doing it consciously, where you really need that guidance or that push to take you to the next level, and you need that mentorship. So the speakers that are coming in are not giving a presentation and speaking about it. It's an open dialogue. So they're here and you ask them questions. Hey, Marisha, like I'm having this problem with my initiative. I don't know how to move forward with marketing or AI. Like, what are some tips? So the speakers are really opening up a space for Q&A to make a conversation happen, to help people just level up if they have a business, level up their business, or if they don't have a business, help them find clarity in what ways they can go to take that action, if that makes sense.
Sure. So if someone take the online, I mean, you guys are physically in Oregon, but you say also open to online, like Zoom?
Yes, it'll be a Zoom link and it'll be a live stream. So what you get with the online access, which is almost like a VIP access because you get front row seats, right? You're right there. And that VIP access really gives you access to all of the morning wisdom. Every morning we have wisdom that speaks about some aspect of our lives and understanding through reflection what is really holding us back. So every day we have wisdom. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then in the afternoon, we have an activity, usually with a speaker or in groups, to really help blossom that insight and our business depending on the day. So through the online virtual access, you'll get the wisdom and you'll get the access to the speakers and the Q&A and the open discussions. What really you won't get, because it's more experiential in person, is every evening we have fire gatherings where we sit around and we really, as a group, we listen and we really learn what each other is grasping and learning from the day. So we're really developing our leadership skills by understanding and asking through curiosity rather than any debate or anything. So the fire gatherings, the live music. So we have live music coming in, and we also have just like the activities, the workshops that won't be live stream, that are more groups in group sessions. So that's what you will get in the in-person, besides the fact that you're in nature and you'll get obviously lodging and food and all that good stuff. So you'll still
How
get.
many people do you think approximately gonna be there?
So it's gonna be we're shooting for between 60 to 80 young humans, young minds is the target for us
Well,
to have it filled, but we don't want it super large. We wanted to keep it as intimate as possible. So we might cap it at 50 depending on how it all starts flowing and the demand of who really
can
wants to.
anybody younger, 18 and older and 35 still come?
Yes, for sure. I mean, Jing Hanji's coming and he's bringing his daughter. So, yeah, definitely, absolutely.
My daughter
Everybody's
just
young and spirited.
my daughter just shared with her friend, and her friend's mother said, "I want to go also." And her mother and her dad, they are in their 60s. Okay, they want to learn that. They want to find out. They want to find out what's their life purpose and what
Exactly,
they want
right?
to do. They were excited.
Everybody need to
Yeah,
everybody need to find their life purpose.
yeah.
Well, I have a 18 years old,
Yeah.
and but I also have a 12, gonna be 13 years old, and me, of course, over 35. So I'm
Mm.
thinking if three of us come, we're gonna be one is 18, one is 12, one is above 18, 35.
So it
I,
averages out to 20 years old. That's beautiful. So yeah, absolutely. What we can do is you'll come as a guardian, so you won't pay the actual like full ticket. You'll pay $250 mostly for your lodging and food. And then you'll just pay one ticket for both of your kids for the BOGO, if that makes
so
sense.
you are saying my 18 years old by the full price, and me and my younger one just dragging along with some extra.
Yeah, so we have the guide as a guide. You can come in and you'll be there, you'll participate, you can also help, you can
Definitely.
learn obviously, and you can also help around and volunteer and guide youth as with your wisdom. We all have something beautiful to share. So that's the idea, right? So we all grow together.
Yeah, so I would love to help some and volunteer.
Oh, I would love to have you. Absolutely, please. Yes.
Um, yeah, so yeah, how I get the information from you?
Yeah, so I'll send you the link. Where's the chat here?
I see your website in WeChat from Mr.
Okay,
John,
Jin Hangxi, yes.
but I
Yeah,
didn't see it's
the
Forward
link.
slash
your
forward.
leadership festival link from the youth festival from your I global org.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't see the registration from the youth camp. I'm on your website right now.
Here, I'll
Um,
RQ Global Forward slash.
24 days, right? 24 days
Yes,
Yeah,
you
away.
yeah.
are.
Yeah,
Festival.
you can
Leadership.
share screen and we can walk through. Yeah, go ahead and share screen and we can walk through.
Okay,
Become
sure.
a participant, become a spouse there. Join us.
Yeah,
That one.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. May you feel free to share screen and then we can walk you through.
Okay, sure.
Well, right now I'm in the car. You just tell me where
Okay,
to go. I need to go home, use my computer, I think. Now I'm
go.
in the Zoom and then the thing at the same time.
Yeah,
And then both sides.
you can just go there. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
join us, huh? Okay. Okay,
yeah,
then you don't have to tell me anything anymore. I just go there. So
yeah,
what I'm gonna become a participant, right?
yeah.
Yes, yes. So
So
just become.
as
Sorry.
I'm a participant volunteering, young and old, how I get the discount from the website, or you need to go to give me a manually anything code or something?
Yeah,
How I,
so I don't have it on the top of my head for the volunteer for the guide. There's a guide coupon. So you only pay for the guide and then you would pay for a participant. And your other son that's 12 years old will just come in as a BOGO,
as
as a buy one, get one free. So I'll send it to Jing Hangji as soon as we hang up.
oh sure.
So he can give you the coupon for the guide. And then through
Yeah.
those two, and I think there's a place to add notes. You just add that you'll bring your 12-year-old son and I'll
So
make sure.
I have two daughters. So when I go to the Oregon, what I do, I just rent a car, find your place. I've never been Oregon, so is
So you'll fly
anyone
into Portland, and
opponent?
Portland is the main airport. And then from Portland Airport, you get an Uber, which is an hour south of the event is 1 hour south of the airport, and it's like a $55 Uber. It's very simple.
Okay. So it's not necessary to rent a car, like
No, not at all, not at all. If you want, but it's not necessarily because we're gonna be in this 200-acre land of forest. We're not gonna drive.
for the next 5 days, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in
Yeah.
Oregon, in the Portland airport, is Uber safer or the taxi safer? Which one is more safe? People say, man, it's dangerous.
Mm, I've never actually used taxi. I just used Uber. I just arrived in Portland yesterday, 2 days ago, and it was nice. They
Yeah.
actually have like a whole section of like Uber and Lyft pickup, like so it's
Oh,
very
there is
used.
a Uber like in the airports.
Yeah, yeah, there's a Uber pickup. It's called Rideshare. And you just go down to the basement in the parking lot. It's like all the rideshare people, the Lyfts, the Ubers. So they have a whole section for it. So it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I travel all over the world. I always Lyft and Uber, and it's always safe. And we can exchange once you get the air ticket, send it to me, and I will give it to the group, and we'll coordinate. Maybe we can share rides. And maybe you and I
Yes.
can
Are you going
share.
to?
Yeah, of course, of
Oh,
course.
really? That's
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
my
Okay.
friend, my friend, my daughter's friend. Yeah, several friends and families. Yeah, I'm excited.
So you
Yeah.
go from Utah?
Uh, Probably from California.
Oh, okay. I'm heading to, okay. Yeah, when I register, let me just, yeah, I will discuss you before I book the tickets because
Yeah,
I'm not
we're
booked the
gonna.
ticket yet, so we can
Yeah,
discuss
so
first.
we're arriving on the 15th, and then leaving on the 21st.
No, but
So,
they're starting the 15th, isn't it?
No.
Don't you have
Check-in
uh,
is
to?
15. Check-in
yeah,
and
so
check-out.
15 is everybody just to check in, and in the
Oh, okay.
evening, everybody who arrive, we just say
We'll have
hi
dinner,
and
we have
eat.
orientation.
Yeah, and
Okay.
talk, right? But like a real program, starting in the morning, the 16th. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. So I'm not familiar with the Oregon at all. If Mr. John, if like you can just through the airport, the
yeah,
name and Portland and
yeah,
all those basic information, I'll
yeah,
contact
yeah.
with
Just
you.
buy ticket to Portland, and you may need to go through Los Angeles or Seattle. But
Really?
it's easy. You can go there, and then once you book a ticket, tell me, if our flights are 2 hours within 2 hours apart, we wait for each other. Maybe we can share the ride.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. So why don't you tell me your ticket so I can close to your time?
sure. I'll do that. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes,
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just waiting for Mr. John's
yeah.
information now.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really excited, May, you're coming. I think great to meet. We'll meet you in person, meet your kids, you meet my kids and my friends. This,
Yeah,
this
that would be exciting
yeah,
indeed.
this is amazing. It's like I mean, Mei Jing, she's like so passionate, but she's putting her own money, taking risk of her own money, investing in this, and we want to also support her. So it's like I have a coupon code if you need. You can use it. I think it's Junhong 30. You get even 30% discount before 22nd.
Yeah, so it's
But
either you can get a 30% if you're only coming with one, or you could get a buy one, get one, which is even a better deal for
yeah,
purchasing the full price, but you bring another person with you. So you
yeah.
get a
Okay,
bundle.
I'm just to confirm here. Of course, I have to talk to my daughter, who is right now is in the Creation Museum, Kentucky right now. So
Yeah.
I need to confirm with her. Otherwise, I just buy one get one free, I guess. And I love to help and volunteer.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
just
awesome.
that link for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Thank
that's,
you.
we need more parents like you, we will
Yes.
help cooking,
Yes.
have all the
Yeah, I can
fun.
cook
Yeah.
and clean, scold them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have fun. It's like this is a community event. Yeah, thank you so
Hmm.
much, May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn this as well. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to the bank now. So I'm waiting for Mr. John's information from that
Yeah. Yeah.
volunteer adult and buy one get one free deal, and I'm
Yes.
gonna confirm with my daughter.
Yeah. And then with
Okay.
your daughter,
So I'm gonna need to go. Uh-huh. I'm
you
sorry.
just, just with my experience with my daughter, just make sure, you take a stand for them, just coming from love. This is awesome for them, right? No matter how they may tell you that they don't want to go, blah, blah, a lot of times it's just fear, or they think, they don't worth, you just tell them you worth everything, mom and dad. These are,
They all love to go if I pay the
yeah,
air tickets. But
yeah, this
but
money,
I just need to check her job right now if she
yeah,
can have like 1 week off. So I just
yeah,
confirmed her schedule, vacation schedule.
yeah, yeah. So just take a stand with love and should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
her time available, she'll love to come. I'm sure for that.
Yeah, yeah, and then share with your friends, like bring your friends.
Please.
Really, this is amazing. Like Mei Jing really, she attracts the best people, and you can feel like how her energy, right? She's just all joy and happy, and it's her life
Yeah.
mission. Like, don't you want your children to be like that?
Yes, absolutely. Let's
Indeed.
manifest that.
Where's your introduction? Jimmy?
Oh,
Where's your
my
yeah.
name?
Yeah, Mei Jing's introduction.
What? Yeah, her introduction and the testimony, all that. If I share, it's better mention. Why
Sure.
I feel like your name is Chinese? Are you half Chinese or something?
Yeah, so my great grandfather is from Guangzhou, from China. He migrated to Mexico like 60, 70 years ago. So I'm Chinese Mexican. My last name's Ang, Mei Jing Ang. So I have a complete Chinese name. So I come
Yeah.
from immigrant background. So I'm very multicultural world citizen.
So
So
my daughter is just like you, half Chinese and half Mexican. My two
oh
daughters.
wow. We are
Yeah.
rare. We're not normal. That's beautiful.
So you're weirdos. I can
Yeah,
introduce you
we're
gently.
weirdos. Love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice to meet you guys. I'm kind of off my phone. I'm going inside. Yeah, just waiting for the information and anything good. Just through the chat. I'll read it. Thank you very much, both of you, all of
Thank
you.
you,
Yeah.
May. We love you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you, May. And then invite your friends. We have another at 6 o'clock. We have another one. I will translate into
Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you have friends, invite them. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me through your ads to the other group.
Yeah. And also,
Okay.
if talk to people, who also if they can donate money or they will,
Please.
buy full price. It's all good. We also want to support.
Well, this is
Yeah.
non-profit organization. I don't think is everybody know yet. So I'm
Yeah.
looking for kind of a basic introduction. That's what I'm saying,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
People will not
Yeah.
donate if they don't know who you are and what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you missed it from the beginning. So I'll give you like a brief summary. So RQ Global is the organization. It stands for Real Quest, and we're a global organization. So we have youth from around the world. We have spread all over in Malaysia and Peru and Mexico, Canada, USA. And this is our first youth leadership festivals that we're putting together. And our mission is to really create an ecosystem for youth to come in and really have that space, like I was saying, to really understand how to blossom with a lot of support and through their true essence, and not what conditioned minds we have from society pressures and whatever it may be that really pushes them to places that they don't want to be. So just holding them with that support and giving them the mentorship and the tools, the wisdom to really blossom in their lives through fulfillment. So my backstory is I come from a corporate background. I was in trucking and logistics for 8 years. I made a lot of money. I ran regional sales teams, and I just didn't know why I didn't feel happy or fulfilled. I just kept making money, and it was like I needed more. I never was enough. So like I was saying earlier, I started just traveling the world because I thought, well, if the financial freedom is not what's making me happy, then it has to be the travel, right? I start traveling the world. That's why I'm not happy. So I've traveled to over 35 countries in like 3 years, just really restlessly looking for this happiness, this freedom, until I ran into ACOM, which is a Indian consciousness philosophy school in India, which is kind of like in the same community, kind of how I met Jing Hangji. I met him through the same community. And that I lived with monks for 6 months in India last year, and they really opened up my mind to see why I wasn't happy, why I wasn't fulfilled. Nothing external was really ever gonna fill that void. So what it was really the understanding of my mind and the stress, the anxiety, the depression, everything that I was like really holding that I couldn't even see. I was able to see it, and through that observation, I was able to really step into that courage, that clarity, that certainty. Because once you like can see it, you're like, it's just my mind. That's why I'm being held back. That's why I don't feel happiness or fulfillment, because it's my mind that's been like just clocking, and I didn't even ever see it. We are so distracted with phones. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm very dedicated with the youth, because not only are they our future, but also they're they're very distracted, they're very disconnected, they're very unclear. There's so many distractions in this world that they're like getting pulled in so many directions. So one of the workshops that I run at universities, it's called Leading Oneself with Certainty, and one of the at the end, what we really I take them through a reflection workshop to understand that there's three ways of going, and right now we're either dabbling, trying to do everything, or we're doing nothing. So it's really channeling their energy to pick one thing through commitment. And this is why a lot of the youth don't want to like get into relationships, or like they're because they don't want to commit. They have like this fear of like committing to something. And without commitment, there's no certainty. So one of the things people ask me is like, how are you so certain that this is gonna work? Like, because I'm committed, I'm driven. Nothing is gonna distract me. And that's why I'm so certain. So that's how you create certainty. So really just emphasizing that and driving that to the youth is 90% of the work, So that's
Or
kind
not. Does this testimony you have any recorded? Because I want to send to my daughter.
Okay, Jing Hongji is recording it, so he can send it to us. I'll clip it.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, you should like record it, your background story, like one story, just pure your testimony into a Zoom. I mean, into a YouTube or something, so you can just like you,
idea.
right? Specifically, my daughter is 18. She can connect to you real quick, and she's half Mexican, half Chinese. If I say, hey, there's a girl's testimony you want to hear, so she probably not gonna watch the whole Zoom, but I just wonder to expand your business or to make your knowing, right? You want to help other people. It's a wonderful story, but still you have to find a way to kind of make yourself to the world. Like inviting my friend, right? For example, if I just from my mouth talk, people will say, oh, okay, whatever. But if I can send you the video, like you just have like this 3 minutes, 5 minutes of self-introduction and a YouTube link, I just send to people, probably more effective. That's what I'm thinking.
I love that. Thank you so much, Mei, for that advice. And it's kind of hard for me to like do a selfie and talk about my story. It feels fake. But like right now, like coming from my heart, like I can definitely cut that clip and send it out, because that's the best way for it to come out. Like I don't like that scripted kind of feel. But I definitely can probably cut this clip and send it out through a YouTube
just
link.
to make an individual introduction. Who are you kind of saying?
Okay. I will do that.
Yeah.
I will do that after this call.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mei.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to talking to you more. Now I'm kind of going.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, both of you.
Thank you, Mei.
Mei.
We'll see you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Awesome.
I'm gonna now I really want to like go record this testimonial. I feel like for a chat.
Definitely. Yeah. So,